It's time for the KBOI Medical Moment, brought to you by Regence Blue Shield of Idaho, featuring Dr. Kenny Bramwell, the Executive Medical Director for Regence. Dr. Bramwell, good morning.
Morning, guys.
Good morning, Doctor. It's clear spring has across the Treasure Valley, and many of our yards, like mine, are already sporting a hardy crop of dandelions. But there's been so much concern recently about the potential health hazard of weed. It's really hard to know what to do. What are your thoughts?
Yeah, you're absolutely right. There has been a lot of conflicting information about the hazards of a key ingredient found in hundreds of popular weed killers. The compound, which is called glyphosate, is highly effective at getting rid of weeds, but different national and international panels have different thoughts about how hazardous it is for humans.
Well, while the experts sort this out, what should the weekend gardeners among us do about it?
Yeah, well, regardless of what specific weed or pest treatment we're thinking about applying to our lawns and flowers and dandelions, taking a few cautionary steps before we begin is always a good idea. Consider these. Read and follow the label instructions. Keep children and pets away from the area where you'll be using the product. Wear protective clothing and equipment. And finally, if you walk across the area you just treated, take your shoes off before you go back inside your house.
So right about now, several of our KBOI listeners are probably debating whether they should take time to have breakfast this morning or just dash out the door to start their days. I suspect you probably have an opinion for them.
Yeah, I do, and it's actually supported by another new thorough study. If you're running late or simply not a breakfast fan, fight the urge to skip breakfast. The fact is that eating breakfast provides calories to kick off the body's metabolism and helps provide energy to get through the day.
Now, having an energy boost is certainly a positive, but what is the downside of skipping breakfast?
Well, I think we commonly think that skipping breakfast will be helpful, but it actually leads to increased risk of health complications, such as type 2 diabetes, high blood pressure, and obesity. Of much graver concern, published research in the Journal of the American College of Cardiology found that people who never ate breakfast had an 87% higher risk of death from cardiovascular disease compared to those who ate breakfast every day.
Finally, Doctor, this morning, for months, you've been encouraging us to make physical activity a daily priority. You've talked about aerobic and resistant exercise, even how much time we need to spend on it. Now you're suggesting to think about what time of day we exercise too?
Honestly, the key message is that daily activity is what's most important. But yes, a pair of newly released studies suggests when we exercise matters. I know I've tried lots of different options. These data, including reviews from NFL athletes, indicates that early evening is the best time for effective exercise. And here in the Treasure Valley, in what I'll call the magical time of year, hitting the gym or going for a walk or run or ride after work are all great times, and it's a perfect time to bring big benefit.
Sounds great, Dr. Bramwell. Thank you once again for joining us on KBOI.